We will start with Leeched and their second album, To Dull the Blades of Your Abuse. A very, very fucking kind of awesome album title. They are from Manchester. This is their second album. They are a power violence menace. And yeah, the first note I've got in my sheet in front of me here is heavy as a heavy thing, which is it's pretty accurate. They are astoundingly heavy. They are very abrasive, and yeah, it's not just they play really fast or they play really low end or anything like that. It's just the way they've mixed everything, and particularly from vocalist Laurie Morby. It's not just heavy and it's not just harsh. It's very unclean, if that makes sense. Laurie Morby, his voice kind of struck me a lot as like static white noise, not in a bad way. It's just the like reverberations in his throat and like the roughness he has in how he sings. It's just very much that like core noise that you just constantly get. I'm really sorry if you're listening to this in any capacity and you have to hear that. And after a while, it become kind of difficult to figure out where one song would finish and where another one would start, purely because they are up here at all times. They don't really let up all that much, and it is that kind of heavy throughout the entire time. And there are like, even with that, there are still different ideas and there are still different experiments that the band are trying to do and trying to play with. I've seen other reviews compare them to industrial hardcore in the same sort of realms as Code Orange. Personally, I don't think that's right. I think a lot of it's down to Code Orange. At the moment, Code Orange are like the bench point for anything in hardcore right now, and I think that's why Leeched are getting the comparison to them. Personally, I don't see it. The only like industrialness I get from the album, I feel it comes more from the guitars. I feel it's a very organic way of doing these effects and adding this like extra layer to the band sound. You've got like there's like an alarm kind of sound on Now It Ends, and you've got like this real like shrieking guitar part on Praise Your Blades. I feel like in a live setting, Code Orange will always have to have someone on like a mixer or a table that's going to make all these whittly diddly effects. For Leeched, with the exception of Let Me Die, which is like a very lo-fi industrial kind of song, it's got some really wicked war drums from Tom Hansel in there as well. It was really, really fun. But for the bulk of the album, I feel like it is just going to be them being able to recreate everything, just them, just as a trio. I don't really feel like you're going to need to have that guy on keyboard to really zhuzh up everything else that they are doing. There are still identifiable riffs in amongst all, even though I have said it is very like white noise at the time. It is very abrasive and heavy. I was a big fan of the mathcore style opening of Famine at the Gates. Later on in that song, there's like a really good lower end riff, and there's more of those sort of things in songs like The Grey Tide and Praise Your Blades. And it will come up as well in in fact every review from this week. I seem to be able to pick out a lot more like the lower end, like lower neck widdly diddly sort of finger blast sort of stuff. And yeah, I think for me personally, I think you need to be in a right frame of mind for this sort of thing. And I don't mean like I haven't enjoyed this because I'm sad or anything like that. I don't really have trouble differentiating mood to music, but I've just come off, I think what it is, I just come off a big kick of going through a lot of emo, a lot of Midwest emo. So you Wonder Years, your Menzingers, your Spanish love song sort of thing. So although I like the very crass, angry kind of vocal right now, I prefer it in like a very much more light-hearted delivery. So I think it just hasn't struck me as well purely because of just a different musical mood as opposed to different like mental mood. I feel like if I was able to go to the gym at the moment and listen to this, I'd have like a slightly different review and have a slightly different feeling about it. It's kind of hard to take in on speakers. I think this has to be something there to really get into the introverts and the intricacies of the album. You will have to have headphones, but It's overall not an easy album purely because of just how intense it is and how much it's a barrage of noise, sound, and anger. And if that sounds like your sort of thing, you're gonna do pretty well with Leeched, I think. I'm not writing it off. I think it is still a really decent album. For me personally, just have to be in the right kind of having the right kind of day to properly enjoy it. But if fast and abrasive hardcore is your thing, definitely go for this. It is Leeched. It is their second album to dull the blades of your abuse. It is the only beautifully British album this week, which I didn't realise until about 30 seconds before recording. But either way, lots of good things to smash your face to.